If there's one thing that 16 years of marriage has taught me, it is this: that there has to be patience, there has to be kindness, there has to be an attitude of serving, there has to be an attitude of being willing to put yourself last and the needs of your husband first above all others. You see, when you're serving your husband, you are serving God. When you are loving your husband, you are loving God. When you are turning your mindset towards committing yourself to providing that help to your husband, you are committing your way to the Lord. Now, it is very important that you realize that within a marriage, forgiveness is also very important. You know, people make mistakes, people mess up, and this is true even within a marriage. No marriage is perfect. And many couples, when they're starting out, you know, the first mistake that's made is not accepting that when two people come together, they are coming together with all their faults. And, you know, nobody comes together being perfect. Nobody comes before God being perfect. And having said that, when you look at the scriptures in the Bible, there are many examples to show you of many imperfect people that came to God. So it is the same with marriage, that when two people come together, they come together with whatever issues they might have had before. They do not come together as two perfect human beings. And so there has to be grace for that. And there has to be an attitude of forgiveness for things that will sometimes go wrong, for mistakes that will sometimes be made. Now, here are some scriptures that you can stop the video and go through that will show you how love looks like on a practical level. And it is something that needs to be grasped in marriage. It's something that needs to be meditated on, if you will, and worked at. Marriage is something that needs to be worked at daily. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4-7 is the perfect illustration of the love that we are to display within our marriages and towards one another. It is almost a guideline, if you will, on what love looks like, again, on a practical level. Now, Jesus taught us to love one another as we love ourselves. And so within marriage, we need to love our husbands as we love ourselves. We need to value our husbands as we value ourselves. I cannot tell you the number of marriages I have seen that have collapsed because of a lack of this basic principle, which is to love one another as Christ has loved us, and to also to serve their husbands with commitment, and with a commitment to pray for their husbands daily. You see, we have to have patience. We have to be able to pray to God for the changes that we might want to see, for the things that maybe we ourselves lack within ourselves. God has grace towards us. God shows us grace. And so therefore, we need to show grace towards our husbands. We need to show grace and understanding, especially at times when, mistakes are made. Because nobody is perfect, but we strive towards being perfect. We strive to be perfect just as our Heavenly Father is perfect. But that requires a mind of serving. It requires an attitude of being constantly in prayer for our marriage. The devil likes to attack the institution of marriage because it represents Christ and it represents the church. It represents the love that we have with our Heavenly Father. And so I pray that this video encourages you, and I pray that this video blesses you. And remember, Jesus is the light of this world. God bless you.
It says this: our God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley